Et donc on est devant une politique, une communauté d'émotions qui ne peut pas être démocratique. Si on arrive demain, comme c'est en route, non seulement à standardiser les opinions, comme ça a été le cas depuis la révolution industrielle, on a standardisé des produits, on a standardisé des comportements. On ne peut pas standardiser les émotions sans les synchroniser. C'est-à-dire sans faire que tous pensent, ressentent la même émotion au même moment, temps réel, toujours. Et là, on est en dehors de toute démocratie. On est dans une théocratie, on est dans une idéalité, on est devant un phénomène qui met fin à la démocratie. La démocratie réflexe n'est pas la démocratie de la réflexion. Le réflexe conditionné n'a rien à voir avec la réflexion en commun. Mais c'est un gros travail qui sera fait dans l'université du désastre.
So, I can't really respond to this question, but it is, of course, an essential question. But as I said before, and yesterday as well, it is open. So this remains open, although it is essential. It is a question, in fact, which would have to be, or its answer would have to be elaborated by the University of Disaster, which has to come. But there are two things, at least one could say, out of the, let's say, out of the argumentation that he has forwarded, or that what is forwarded as well, for the link to political economy. There is one that if you are facing within democracy, the community of interests. So there's a community of interests which is mainly linked to, again, wealth, progress, etc., etc. Yes, well, that's also an economy of the economy. And of course, there's the other, which he calls, and he names it in German in his book as well, which is the Stimmungsdemokratie, the democracy of emotion, which is coming up. But what is this democracy of emotion? This is the question. And the democracy of emotion, what is democracy of emotion? It is mainly based on the central emotion, which is fear. Based on fear. So it is based on something which can, in fact, cannot be democratized. So the only way of democracy, or what is happening with the democracy of emotion, or Stimmungsdemokratie, this is linked to the standardization of emotion. And going the way of standardization of emotion means that you have to synchronize emotions. And the synchronization of emotion, which is the key word, of course, is against, it's the contrary of every democratic impulse. So in fact, this means like it will be then the democracy of emotion will be a reflex democracy, reactive, reflexible.
Something like the Salomon synchronization of thought.
Or something like that. And it's a reflex democracy and not a democracy of reflection. Sorry. So I mean, this is coming back to what we would call it.
Juste un mot. Il y a un terme que j'emploie maintenant pour la Stimmungsdemokratie, c'est la mondialisation des affects. En tant que c'est un phénomène théologique. Mondialisation des affects, real time.
So another word for the Stimmungsdemokratie, or the democracy of emotion, is the globalization of the effects in real time.
C'est l'horreur absolue.
Affect.
C'est l'horreur absolue.
Well, which is infected as well, it's affect.
Un seul fureur, un seul peuple, la rigolade à côté de ça.
Yeah.
Non,
So you can see, so what we've had in fascism, one fureur, one People, what?
Pope.
No, not Pope. What people? It's nothing facing what may come compared to what may come. There was a question.
Yeah, my question comes in my question comes in two parts.
Il y a une vraie question, une part.
Oui, pardon. C'est tard.
Speaking against fascism, but in favor of democracy. And so this being the case, I want to ask as a human, right, as a man.
Let me translate in parallel. Donc parlant bien sûr contre le fascisme et en faveur de la démocratie, donc pour l'humain.
Which makes me a subject. And under the idea of democracy as a subject, I have rights. Is art a right?
Donc c'est pour lui, donc pour la démocratie, la question est est-ce que il y a des droits humains? Est-ce que l'art est un droit humain?
Yeah.
Oui.
Absolutely. Okay. That being the case, I would like to ask from this televisual materiality that you talked about. Since the beginning, or the invention of photography, the materiality of photography has left something, a residue behind. And this is called an archive. And also painting has done this. And so, by example, by Edemé, the large archives here in France who manage these archives, there are hundreds of thousands of paintings, images, drawings, sculptures, the case, that have never been seen by the public in a democratic society. What would he say if we use this technology that he seems to be speaking against, that would allow people to see them and disseminate them around the world instantaneously?
Voilà. Alors, parlons de la machine à vision, de la photographie, maintenant la photographie, elle immatérialise, oui, mais elle donne aussi accès à l'image et à un ailleurs. Et par exemple, il y a des milliers, des centaines de milliers d'images, de peintures, d'images diverses qui sont dans les archives.
Reproduction.
Des originaux, qui sont dans les archives. Et la photographie participe bien sûr de la reproduction. Et aujourd'hui, avec le numérique, nous avons la possibilité de numériser tout ça et mettre à disposition du monde entier. Est-ce que c'est une voie à prendre?
Bien sûr, c'est très moi j'ai une réponse. Absolument. Oui. Non, je n'ai absolument rien contre les nouvelles technologies. Autrement dit, quand on dit Virilio est technophobe, non, je ne suis pas technophobe, je suis même un amateur des nouvelles technologies, mais à condition de rester libre.
So I've nothing against it at all. I'm for it. Always when they say that I'm technophobe. I'm not at all. I'm even an amateur of new media. So and a lover, no amateur. So there's nothing to say against it. At all.
C'est pas vrai.
Oui,
Parce que il y a une archive maintenant en Amérique du Nord qui a été fait par Bill Gates et on ne peut pas voir. You can't see the work because he holds it.
You have to pay for it, so it's okay.
No. He doesn't even have the ability. He doesn't even have the ability to have it made public because it's so enormous.
Donc elle dit que voilà, si on pourrait rentrer dans cette question d'archives qui est essentielle, tu vois, mais pas. Elle dit oui, mais d'autre part, c'est justement les gens n'ont pas accès parce que il y a bien la numérisation, mais il y a le capital. Donc c'est comme Bill Gates qui achète les images, mais ne donne pas le droit d'accès. Donc il y a une concentration